the Renaissance, where everything is new.
Hello and welcome to the Renaissance. My name is Dane Russell, and today I'm going to be interviewing some cast and crew members from the 2022 Barbara Ingram School for the Arts all-school musical production of Something Rotten. That will be happening later this month. For my first two guests that I have with me today are our technical director and our stage manager, Mackenzie Gwines and Evan Smedley. Hi guys, how are y'all doing today?
I'm good, Dane. How are you?
I am wonderful. How about yourself?
Good.
Alrighty, so I know there's been a lot of buzz about this musical, and I know there's some people that really don't know what Something Rotten is or when it takes place or who's it about. So I know you two have a better lowdown of it than I probably would, so I'd like to hear, what is Something Rotten?
Yeah, I wrote a little synopsis so I could be prepared. So in this Renaissance satire, we follow the Bottom brothers, Nick and Nigel, as they struggle financially while trying to write a hit play. Nigel catches feelings for a Puritan, Portia, but lust is forbidden by her father, Brother Jeremiah. Nick grows to be jealous of his rock star rival and former troupe member Shakespeare for his fame. He then goes to see a soothsayer, Nostradamus, who informs him of the future mainstream theater genre, musicals. This show's full of elevated humor, literary references, and hats off to dozens of classic musicals.
Nailed it pretty much on the head. Mackenzie?
Yeah, I think our stage manager definitely knows the show. If anybody knows it, it's definitely going to be
Evan. So one quick thing I wanted to ask you guys, how do you think everybody's doing from, a behind the scenes perspective?
I think they're doing pretty well. We have a lot of first-time theater people and first-time crew members, and with how much we're expecting from them after not doing a musical for a while, I think that we're pretty on schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everyone is definitely stepping up to the plate. They're all taking care of their responsibilities. It's nice to see the freshmen catching on really quickly. We have lead freshmen this year, freshmen that are leads this year, which is very different than normal, which is
Yeah. And then from a technical perspective, what fun little tidbits are you willing to share about something?
Do you want to speak on that?
Well, oh my, there's a lot. There is over 22 musicals referenced in this musical. That you will see tap dancing eggs at one point. You will see huge omelets at one point. You will see the lavish house of Shakespeare, the very wealthy man himself. You will.
How many props are in the opening number?
Yeah.
I think we have 25 to 29 props.
It feels more like there's about 100 on that stage
It
with all of us.
does.
It really does.
It looks like there's a lot of props. Our first scene is definitely the heaviest prop load. It's definitely a very heavy prop show, but it's been fun to create all of them. So.
Definitely. And then, I don't know, here we go. If you were to be in a Shakespeare play, who would you be?
Oh, wow. That's a tough one.
I would be Juliet.
You would be Juliet?
Please explain why.
I don't know. I like the story. It's a little sideways, but I feel like I just love stories. I could play her.
I think that being in the Scott play would be very interesting.
Don't you dare say the name of that thing.
I surely won't.
It's bad luck. Don't know.
Yeah, I can just say for myself, I personally like Hamlet the most. Which that slightly gets referenced a couple times in Something Rotten, but I'll leave that to you guys to figure out. Oh, wait a minute. Aren't there more people supposed to be here? Yeah, there are. I am very sorry, but you both have been banished from this room. So, next up, I would like to bring in some of the core cast members of our show. All right. Get up and get out. You heard me. Get it moving. Come on. Thanks. And while we wait, Oh my gosh, we have two Puritans and we have a rock star here with us. Ah! Oh my gosh. Alrighty, so I'd like to introduce to you some of the cast members of Something Rotten. We have Kylie Zimmerman as Portia. We have Caleb Bear as William Shakespeare. And we have Ephraim Santiago as Brother Jeremiah. How are you guys doing this afternoon?
We're doing great, Dane.
Oh, wonderful. How about you, darling?
I'm doing just fine.
You?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having us.
Oh, of course, of course. So you guys, as I mentioned before, are some of our cast members. If you could just give us a little blurb about who you are and kind of what you do in the show.
Alrighty. Well, as Dane said, I am Portia. I love Shakespeare, and I accidentally fall in love with Nigel. But to see how our love story plays out, you'll have to see the show. But I'm a little poetry nerd myself, so I do really, really like Shakespeare. So here you go.
I mean, who wouldn't? Well, I'm the bard of the entire town. I'm the bard, not just a bard. I'm the bard. And I just write all these great plays, and sometimes it just is a little hard to be the bard. You know what I mean? Just, you're sitting in a room, just gotta come up with the right words, and it's difficult sometimes. You can't really find the right words to say that make sense. You know what I mean?
So basically, you're just saying you're an egotistical creature.
Yes.
Wonderful. And Ephraim?
My character, Brother Jeremiah, I'm basically Portia's father, and I'm a magistrate, which means I hate theater and I hate Shakespeare, and I think everyone is a heathen, and I think I'm better than everyone else.
So I should be scared of you.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay. Now, as some of you may or may not know, Caleb, Kylie, and Ephraim are all seniors and have been through all of it these past couple years. I know Ephraim, for our last musical, you were in Art Tech, and you two were on stage with me in Mamma Mia. So please tell me a little bit how this is different from your first time being in a Barbara Ingram School for the Arts production.
Well, I was a freshman, so my first on-stage experience was very nerve-wracking. It was scary, but definitely I feel like over the years I've grown and learned, and definitely excited to show my theater and skills to everybody. So
It's definitely a big change this year from our freshman year. Not only just being a different part, but also being under, new management and seeing how things are going differently. But I am very grateful for the experiences that I've had then and the experience that I'm getting today. So
Ephraim?
Well, for me, I watched you guys perform, yeah, and all the musicals. I saw you guys perform, so talented, and so happy and grateful to be a part of this cast and crew who are just so talented, amazing.
And then real quickly, I just wanted to know, how does it feel being back on stage after COVID?
so thrilling. I love every minute on stage, singing, spotlights. We got to the Loden Maryland Theater early.
I am very thrilled to be back on stage and to be putting out a production this year compared to not doing one for over 2 years. And it's really thrilling just being out there and seeing everybody sitting in the seats as the lights shine down bright on you and it gets really hot.
So amazing to see everyone back again performing and just feels so refreshing again because we were stuck indoors and it felt so trapped, and I just felt I'm so happy to finally see everyone else back performing on stage again.
Real quickly, before we end our little bit today, I'd like to bring in our technical director and our stage manager in one more time, just for a quick question. Alrighty. So for this last question, I wanted to bring everybody in. We're all seniors, and this is a big milestone for all of us. And one thing that is really big in this show, and one of the major themes, is being true to yourself, being true to who you are. So this last question is for everybody. Um, if there was one thing you could tell to your freshman self coming into this school, what would it be and why? Or what would you tell freshman you? Kylie?
I would tell that scared little shy girl to be confident, be confident in your abilities, be confident in the girl you are today, um, and just be afraid to grow up. It's all worth it.
I It's a big one. I would say I'd probably tell him that everything is just gonna change. I certainly changed paths within the arts in the past few years, from acting into stage management. But I think that as a freshman, I would definitely be proud of that change.
Um, I would just tell myself to not be afraid, and to never hold back on what you're doing because I felt like, there was probably a lot more I could have been doing and a lot more potential that I had freshman year up until now that I've really explored and been able to grow out of. So I would just tell myself that, you're who you're supposed to be and that it's not bad to be who you are.
So that I've grown so much and I have people around me who care about me and me, accept myself for who I am. I have people around me who are awesome. Yeah, they're
I would tell myself to continue to be bold. I've always been bold, but I would tell myself that um, being bold will get you far places because it always does. And um, take the position that you want because um, you've worked hard and step outside your box once in a while. And
Um, well, after that little bit of a question, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming in today. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in to watch this little interview that we had. Opening weekend is April 22nd, and our last night is going to be May 1st. You can get your tickets at mtheater.org for the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts Something Rotten production. We thank you so much for tuning in, and always remember, to thine own self, be true. We thank you and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.
All right. Hi. My name is Gabe Calderon. But my stage name is called. I'll be performing today for Bispo on Air. I'll be performing 4 songs in total. First 2 songs are my own. I made them for the course of 6 months. And I really wanted to share with you guys. And the last 2 songs are 2 cover songs which I really love, and I'll get into that on more later when I get to them on why pick them. So yeah, the first song I'll be singing today is called Bleach. I made it like around like a year ago maybe. Um, you know, uh, One of my closest friends, he was in a relationship with this one girl, and it ended really badly. And I just made this song, dedicated to him, to cheer him up a bit. But yeah, there you go. All right. So we're just gonna restart the live stream real quick. The connection's not great, so stay here.